Oh, yeah. Got some good games
All
tonight,
right, we
man.
are live. We are live.
Yes.
We are live.
Welcome to Cash Daddy. Sam
Live.
Tripoli's over there. He looks like he's
welcome.
Oh, that's
Welcome
a great
to Cash
picture
Daddies.
right
we're,
there.
We're banking fatties. We're banking a lot of fatties. Look at Johnny looks like he's like some omnipresence on here. His head's so big.
That's not. That's
He
not
looks
how
like
it looks
he eats
on the,
planets.
That's not how it looks on the
Oh,
stream.
really?
You know, it's split evenly on the stream.
Okay, I love it. Howie, how are you? Howie Dewey, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good.
Welcome to the show.
Great. Good week.
What's new, buddy? What's new?
I can't even tell if that's Sam or a doppelganger, man.
Why? Is it that bad? Shut up.
Your face looks like somebody grabbed it, just dragged it across a carpet.
It's so funny. Like Howie looks fine. Howie's just doing it on his computer webcam. Watch.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Should I just get rid of my really good camera
It's not your
and just
camera. It's your
go with
internet.
the regular?
You got to get rid of dial-up.
Okay.
Dial-up internet access. The people don't use it anymore.
I don't have dial-up, dude. And I keep telling Johnny, Riverside is the only one this
It's because
happens
Riverside
with.
does
Every
use
other
more-
street.
Riverside's better quality. It uses more
Okay,
bandwidth.
so all right. It does. It's not better quality, Johnny.
No,
if
I mean
nobody
the end
can see
result.
me.
What we get, the
Okay?
file that gets saved, is better quality because of how they do it. But it does require.
All
more
right.
bandwidth.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you. Welcome to Pixelated Sam. Hi, I'm Qbert from Atari. Enjoy it.
That's a pretty good analogy right there, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cuber.
I don't know what to tell you,
Hey,
dude.
Qbert.
I don't know what to tell you. Guys,
Yes.
apparently I'm testifying against the mob. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I
that's
saw
what it looks
Lucky
like,
shoot
man.
and kill the federal agent. Yeah, that's what we got there. So enjoy it. This is it. This is all we got. You know, I don't know
Sammy
what
the Bull. Sammy the
tell
Bull
ya.
Carano just ratted out Gotti. Look at him.
I don't. I just.
Yeah, look at that's what it looks like right there.
He's singing like a canary.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
but listen,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
The
This is fun.
the last 2 weeks on this Patreon is the best 2 weeks we've had in months and months. We're just cranking, man. We bought
What is
calls
going on? Break it down for us.
We bought. All right, so in the last 2.5 weeks, we've banked on Apple, Tesla, Costco, Nike 80%, and then Morgan Stanley. Man, I mean, if you put $5,000 into Morgan Stanley yesterday, you took out 11,500 today. I mean, that's what we did. We doubled
What?
it overnight. Overnight, Morgan Stanley calls.
What?
We bought them yesterday, and they cranked on their earnings and pumped today. I mean, guys were hitting me up this morning. I'm out with 120% gain, 100% gain. So we smacked.
Let me ask you something, Howie.
Johnny made money on
Howie,
Costco.
let me ask you something.
I did. That's right.
Johnny, let me ask you something,
Thanks.
Howie. How much is this amazing subscription that you this to Patreon? How much is that costing you a month?
Nice job.
if you
Sam.
do it.
Good job.
$20, man.
That's all.
20
$20.
bucks.
It's like
Amazing.
That's
60
it to
cents a
walk
day.
off with 110% profit. Come on, dude.
That's what we did
Overnight.
yesterday.
Come on, cash that. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's
we
just that
banked
simple.
this in the last 2.5 weeks. Apple, Tesla, Costco, Nike, Morgan Stanley. We're waiting on Boeing, which had a nice ending today. Starbucks ended up pumping at the end of the day, and we bought some more Tesla calls because if you saw what happened, we sold when it was at like 170 and change. We banked on it, and Tesla got crushed, smacked. Tesla used to be $1 trillion company. It's a $500 million company right now. There's not
Oh,
enough.
no, dude. They're going after him.
Yeah, the stock finished at 157. We bought it when it was like 154, 155 today. We bought calls on Tesla, hoping for a dead cat, be out of it this week. We bought calls on Boeing, Starbucks, Sam's favorite today. Haven't touched it in months, but we bought some calls on Pfizer because it's only hit this level twice over the past year and a half. It's hit this 25.70, 25.75. So, you know, we get a 50-cent bounce in it, we're out of it. It's all about banking, man. It's all about profit taking. It's all about maximizing gains.
I'm so impressed, buddy.
Minimizing losses. Maximizing gains, minimizing losses. And
dude, you really are an idiot savant, buddy. You really are.
last 2 weeks have been good.
On the idiot.
Yeah, Johnny texted me like
crushing
when the market was closed and was like, "What should I do?" I was like, "Just sell it tomorrow. Trust me, we're gonna get a nice bounce tomorrow." That thing, Costco bounced the next day, and these calls went from like plus 25% to plus 70%. It just cranked immediately. So we're trying to buy things at lows and then bank them. And lately it's been working. We finally got a little volatility here. We got a little Middle Eastern action. We got interest rates probably not coming down as quickly. The fucking dollar is too strong right now. Dollar's too strong. We need it to weaken. We really do. That's no joke.
Yeah, I saw that Jerome Powell's out there with more grim news about interest rates. It seems like inflation is just not coming down, huh?
It's not. I mean, they're talking about sales and places like Target, Walmart, and they're still cranking. So, inflation isn't falling, so they're not going to drop interest rates 5-6 times like some of these ass clowns have said over the past month. Probably 3, maybe 2 or 3, and that's it. So, what does that do? Who cares? Let's hopefully we get a nice little sell-off. Who gives a shit? It's all about greed. It's all about banking fatties. That's really what we care about here is banking fatties.
Respect.
I'll tell you, if you still own AMC or GME, you're not banking fatties. And I had some fucking just clown. I don't know. It might have been on Twitter or YouTube or whatever. He was like, "You don't get it. GME is going to bounce. The short squeeze, dude. This thing went from like 100 down to it's at $10 right now.
Short squeeze. Are they still talking about short? That's the longest short squeeze in the history of the world, isn't it? My God. Are they still talking about that?
These stocks are done, man. They're done. They're so far done. Dude, AMC's at $2.72. Do you realize 2 years ago it was at $2.60?
That's terrible. Oh my God.
I mean,
and it was overvalued then. It's priced probably where it should be now.
And all we did on this show was say, please sell it. Please sell it. I told a friend of mine upstate, I said, dude, get out of it. And he was like adamant. He said, no. GME. He said, no. It was at 27. I said, please sell it. It's not going anywhere. It's garbage. They make nothing.
For the
it's
love
a
of
shit.
God.
And it's at $10. It's at $10. It's done. It's done. So these stocks are done. But with that being said, man, there's a lot of opportunity. We just need some volatility. When people are talking about, World War III's coming, dude. That's sometimes that's a good thing, man. That's like, I'm not saying World War III's a good thing, but the news on it.
What are you talking about, bro?
The news on it's good, man. Because
what are you
look,
talking about World War III is a good thing.
I didn't say that.
I disagree with that.
How old are your sons, dude?
I didn't say it's a good thing. You're not listening. I said to talk about it. When you get clowns on Twitter saying, it's cup, that's good. Because that makes oil go up for a day or two. We can buy calls on XLE, OIH. We can bank some fatties. And then you know what always happens, Sammy. 3 days later, like, oh, wow, look, Iran warned Israel 7 days ahead of time that they were going to bomb. So you know the whole thing was fake. And what happens? The market jumps back up.
Snaps. Who's a conspiracy theorist now? You think the bombing was fake?
No,
I think it happened, but I think it happened, but it was like, it's more like war games. Like they kind of told them days in advance.
So strange. It's so strange, right? Like what kind of warfare is this where they, send them an engraved invitation to be bombed? Hey guys, we're just going to be launching some drones your way. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah, even our warfare is pussy warfare.
It's ridiculous.
Even our warfare is pussy warfare.
Iran,
not like a grandpa's warfare.
Iran called the U.S. like 3 days before and said, just to let you know, we're going to call Israel after you, but we are going to bomb. We're going to send 300 of them. We don't expect a lot of them to get through, but let's just, we got to save face a little bit here. I mean, it's a fucking game. It's a game, man. It really is.
It's a fuck game for sure.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's all drones. And I mean, come on, man. I like the way they said the drones are in the air. What do they fly? They fly like 150 miles an hour or something. As fast as like a car. It took them like 3 days to get there. I don't know. But anyways,
So, my friend Dylan Wren on Conspiracy Social Club had a funny clip of Austin Powers when he was in that what's it called when the thing flattens the cement? What's that? A steamroller? Is that what it is? A roller, steamroller, and it's like the guy's like guy's like 20 feet away. He's like and it's like taking forever.
Yeah,
that was Israel.
Yeah,
that's what they did. Yeah. You know, I mean, bottom line is if you look at the markets, and the markets kind of tell you everything. This external stuff going on, it's not really affecting it a whole lot. I mean, you know, a lot of these defense stocks are peaking. People are like, should I buy these things right now? And I'm like, nah, I wouldn't. I think it's all factored in.
I wouldn't.
You know, I wouldn't buy. They're too high. They've gone up too quickly, too fast. You know, things like Northrop Grumman and Raytheon, I wouldn't buy them now. They'll probably drop back. But oil and energy still good. Absolutely, still love it. We're still cranking with OIH and XLE. Absolutely. But it's amazing how you haven't heard much about Elon Musk lately. I think he'll come out. He's taken such a beat down in the wallet. I mean, look where that stock is trading right now. What's it at? Like we got it today, like 155 when we bought these calls. It's at
157 right now.
It's at 157, but in the last 3 months ago, it was at 220.
Oof.
It's at 157. I mean, Elon is losing his ass right now. He really is. It's got to be stressful.
Yeah, and it's interesting because
and what do you think it is? Do you think they're punishing him?
I don't think they're punishing him. I think he's got a problem. He just laid off 10% of his workforce because they don't think there's as much demand for these EVs as there was 2 or 3 years ago.
I mean, dude, people are just over EVs, dude.
Yes.
They're just over it.
Well, I mean, it's also everybody who wants one has one at this point, it would seem.
Yeah. And the third thing they're not really talking about is, a lot of people overseas had by buying Teslas. People in Germany, a lot of people had Teslas. Shit, they have that Chinese company. What is it? Is it Neo or the other one? They make one.
Yeah, those cars apparently are not as great as we had been led to believe. But and you're right, Howie, because I think that's where a lot of this is coming down. Is I don't know if you saw a couple of weeks ago, right? They scrapped the $25,000 car project at Tesla, and that was supposed to be their big bet on the future of EVs, bringing it down market, making it affordable, and they just completely scrapped that in favor to focus on Cybertruck, honestly.
Yeah.
And I mean I think they'll look back on that as a mistake.
Dude, I was with Hots the other day, and we're walking down the street, and she stops, and she goes, "What the fuck is that?" And somebody parked a Cybertruck right in Manhattan.
It's a showstopper.
And she goes, "Is that like real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the new Cybertruck." And she said, "That's the ugliest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life."
It's cool,
she didn't like it, man. It's too Star Wars.
That's why it's cool. Yeah, it looks like Star Wars.
It does.
It's like he made it for himself, though. It's strange. I mean, it is a niche product, isn't it? I can't imagine they sell many of those. A lot of people think that's cool, but who's going to actually show up, to work in a fucking Cybertruck? Nobody.
No, not
right?
when you still got the F-150 just crushing everything. I mean, and look, you've heard the government. You heard Biden, what was it, 3 months ago, came out and he said, we're going to kind of put the brakes on the EV thing and we're going to stick with the hybrid, which, thank God. I mean, I hope they haven't passed any stupid laws in California where you got to drive an EV in 7 years. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
We're the dumbest state, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Do you, hey, Sam, I know you filed H&R Block. Did you file on Monday?
I got an extension.
Oh, you did an extension? Because did you hear that H&R Block had widespread outages that were just driving people fucking crazy on Monday? all these people rushing to H&R Block, and their software, their online software, was down for extended periods on Monday.
We did an extent. We went by we I mean Dana went, and we did an extension.
I did an extension too.
We did an extension. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just absolutely crazy. I like, when are we going to be like, enough of this? You know,
taxes?
I mean, I pay my taxes. When are we going to be enough of this? When?
What do you mean, Sam?
We don't need to pay taxes if you can print the money.
You're not content sending all your money to Ukraine?
If we can print money, why are we paying taxes?
Well, that if we stop paying taxes, then the charade, is up. The jig is up, and then we have to.
That's what I'm saying. Let the jig be up.
This is a fake economy.
By the way, is jig a racial slur?
No, I believe it's a dance. I believe it means the like musical chairs.
How about if Johnny, if I reneged on something, is that a racial slur? If I reneged on it?
That's a legitimate word, Sam.
RENEGGED.
Okay, all right.
No, that is not how it's spelled.
It is. It's REG. It's REG.
REG? No.
It's RENI. It's RENI.
No, there's no I in it.
That's how it's spelled.
There's no I in it. Jesus Christ. I think I got that in a spelling test one time. Reneged. RENEGED.
You said REGENE is what you said.
RENEGG. That's what you mean to me. RESEGG.
Sam's going right off the edge.
Hey,
right
dude,
the
don't
fuck
think
off
loads.
the edge.
It's just
I am,
devolved into
dude.
just.
I really am.
So what do you think the deal is with
am.
what is the deal with Elon Musk right now? I mean, the guy's lost $500 billion over the past 3 months. He's dealing with Twitter, which we know is losing money. They just cut off 10%.
I mean, I love Twitter.
They cut 10% of all the jobs at Tesla.
Well, did you see the story that they're planning to charge new users a small fee to enable posting? Like, just to curb the bot problem, they say. Really, it's to make money. They're planning on charging new users that sign up a fee to start posting. So you have to pay a little bit to actually post it all.
Wow.
I mean, dude, here's the problem. So I just went through some shit on the internet, right? And especially on Instagram, there was like all these like private accounts talking shit. So like it's really hard on Instagram to fake an account. It's really hard. But on Twitter, it's not. And these bots are either talking shit or slinging pussy, and people don't want it. And I don't know what the answer is. I do not want, like in an idealistic world where our government didn't monitor us all the place, I'd be fine if you had to put your license down. But we know that will allow the government to monitor you even more. And now definitely put your tweet with your driver's license, which becomes 100 days of flowers. So I don't know what the answer is, dude. I really don't.
Mean,
I mean,
Sam?
as somebody who's constantly harassed.
What does that mean, 100 days of flowers? I'm just not familiar with that phrase. What does that mean?
100 days of flowers is what the Chinese government did.
Oh, during the Cultural Revolution?
Mao.
Yeah.
Where it's like, for 100 days, you could critique the government, and then everyone who critiqued got just assassinated. Yeah.
Well,
so
let me ask you this.
That's where we're at.
I was eating lunch yesterday with my girl and another person, a very pretty well-known celebrity, I would think.
Ooh.
She was literally right next to us. And she's having a conversation with her friends, and they look like high school friends. I went to or grade school because they're having fun. They're all boozing, having a blast. And her phone rang. She went into her handbag to pull it out. She pulled out a flip phone. And I was like, what the hell she got a flip phone for? She's got to be well over 100 million. And Hot said a lot of the celebrities that she knows use flip phones because evidently they're harder to trace. There's a lot less paper trail with them. Is that true? Because this was all new news to me yesterday.
Dude, let me just tell you something, okay? Obama phones were basically flip phones. And Obama phones definitely, they were 100% a way that they tracked you. It's 100%.
Why would they want to track?
As long as they have
everything's
SIM cards,
tracked.
But why would they want to track the people that Obama gave phones to?
Everything.
I mean, no offense, but they all live. They all live right out of my corner right here. I could go.
It's all
ask
data,
them.
dog. Everything is data, dude. Everything is data. It's 100% data.
But there's got to be some reason why these people with high net worths are using flip phones.
Well, no, I do think maybe they probably have fewer microphones. That's interesting. I also, there's no ad tracking in those because they don't even have apps. There's no Instagram, there's no Twitter on those types of phones. So I could see that. But you could still, they could still switch on microphones. They were doing that 20 years ago, from the invention of the cell phone, basically. As long as it was networked, they could turn on the microphone So I don't know. It might. Are you sure it's not just like what Ari was doing when he had the flip phone for so long? He was just trying to disconnect.
No, it's a thing. It's a thing.
But I know it's a thing. But I'm saying, are you think it's about like covering their trail rather
than that's
unplugging?
I do. I think that's what it is. Or maybe just on that particular flip phone, you have it with certain people. I don't know.
If it's like a burner, that's old drug dealing technique.
Kind of looked like a burner too, man. I was like, you heard her snap it, and I was like, ooh, shit. Yeah.
You see Doc Martens and a fine old company. It's just they had to pause trading in London of Doc Martens today. It's 30% plunged in early trading to a record low. The CEO stepping down. Doc Martens is in disarray. Even though they're supposed to meet their, they were supposed to meet their quarterly expectations, but it's just just in a spiral. It's a good old company too. I feel like we're losing companies like this. These kind of what used to be staple companies every year. Where we lose one.
A lot of them.
That is everybody. That is all these mom and pop businesses. That's all they're doing. This whole thing with DI, the COVID, all that has been done to destroy businesses. And that's all I gotta say, dude.
Yeah, no, that
100%
Sam, that started 40 years ago, dude. It started 40 years ago with companies called Home Depot and Walmart.
Yeah. China's doing it too. This is part of the Doc Martens thing. Doc Martens has a lawsuit. They're blaming Temu. You know the app Temu that just sells shit that looks like good shit, but it's just Chinese ripoffs of it. They are manipulating the Google ad results so that their boots that look like Doc Martens but are only $5 appear before the actual Doc Martens. And so people are that's one of the reasons they say that people aren't buying Doc Martens anymore.
It's serious shit in New York. Like you go to Chinatown and they're peddling these fake handbags, Prada, Saint Laurent, all these handbags. And they do bust it. They do try to come down hard on it because shit. That kills companies like that.
Yeah, dude, I told you back home where I'm from, there's a guy, a church pastor of a relatively large church that has a Facebook business called Pastor's Picks, where he just sells knockoff tennis shoes from China. Isn't that weird? That's weird, right?
Dude, how about that picture I sent you the other day? I'm walking down the street, walking towards Five Guys, and I look down.
I love Five Guys.
And somebody threw out on the street about $500, $600, $700 worth of shoes. I say there was 3 pairs of Chuck Taylors, but they were the high end designer Chucks. And then someone threw out a pair of fairly new Yeezys. I was like, God damn! It's like $500-$600 shoes. Nah, they didn't fit me.
Too small.
I got a couple pairs anyway.
So one time, you want to speak about China's impact? One time I was walking the Five Guys and I just stopped and ate at Four Guys. That's how bad it's gotten. That they're just basically ripping off everything.
You're so stupid.
If the police don't get on it, it's going to be 2 guys in like 3 years. Jesus Christ. Oh God.
Trump media stock price also.
Where was that last week we were talking about it, Johnny? Like 37, 38?
Yeah, it's at 22.84 right now.
Dude, that thing, we said last week, if you listened last week, we said it's a fake stock. It's a piece of shit. I had so many buddies call me asking me how to short that thing last week. And I said it was a record. You couldn't short it because it was too expensive to borrow the shares.
That's so interesting. I didn't even know. Honestly, I didn't know that was a thing that could happen, Howie. That's educational for me. That's hilarious. The price of Trump media shares, this is from CNBC, closed trading more than 14% lower Tuesday, hours after the company announced its Truth Social platform is moving to launch a live TV streaming platform. So Truth Social is going to have live TV streaming. The sharp fall of DJT
what does that
shares.
Mean?
I have no idea. Came after they
is it going to be an app on like
I'll look it up. Hold on,
Apple apps? Like, what does that mean? Is it going to be like Netflix?
Well, it says live TV though. This is from The Verge. Let me see. Truth Social, the media firm owned by Donald Trump, obviously has announced plans to create a live TV streaming service focused on news networks and religious channels, filled with content that has been canceled, is at risk of cancellation, or is being suppressed. I'm okay with that shit.
I mean, I don't know. It's this stock's done nothing but just drop the second it came out.
Yeah, but shouldn't you have done that before you go public?
Done what?
Done all the live stuff?
Sorry, guys, I'm having a coughing
Yeah,
fit.
you would think.
Sam's eating
Did all
dinner.
the live, like...
You would think so, yeah. You would think all that would be news long time ago. Like these are 3-4 things we're gonna do with this thing. I don't know why they're
doesn't it feel
not.
like a company that's just grasping
Yeah, wouldn't you, like...
inflate a stock price?
Yeah, just trying not to go to zero.
Yeah,
as quickly as possible. Speaking of dropping, Bitcoin's dropped from 73 to 63.
Like top 500.
What now?
Yeah, I mean, all crypto took a beating. All crypto took a beating. All of it.
Yeah,
it's
down to 63 Bitcoin.
What'd you say about?
It goes down to 10, so I could buy tons of it.
No, why would you want to? No.
Hope it goes down to 10.
Yeah, because if it goes down to 10, it ain't coming back.
Yeah, yes, Sam. If it goes to 30, that wouldn't be a good thing.
Yeah, it ain't coming back if it goes down that low, Sam, and you'll lose every dollar you invest in.
If you're you have an aggressive portfolio, and
I'll buy all the crypto.
I got off the phone with my buddy. He's a CFP at Morgan Stanley, and we talked about. I said, how much? I said because I got 5% of my portfolio was Bitcoin, and he said that's a high aggressive amount. He said basically, if you think that Bitcoin's going to do what it's done the past 5 years, going over the next 5 years, he said you should have 5, maybe 6%. He said if you think it'll do half as well over the next 5 years, then you should probably have 3 or 4% of your whole portfolio in Bitcoin. That's just from a certified financial planner, and that's using basically what we call modern portfolio theory, which is allocating all your funds to reduce risk, maximize your returns, stocks, bonds, cash, real estate, hedge funds, gold,
Do you
silver.
think they fully accounted for crypto, though? Do you think they really have a full measure of its value? I feel like they're not as good at tracking. Those more traditional financial planners aren't as good at tracking cryptos. Nobody is really.
No, but I think they're going by every firm has a crypto guy 1 billion times smarter than us. Every firm has an MIT educated crypto guy. I mean, they all do. And they have a team.
But I mean, if you look at the 5 year, if you think it's going to, you said over the last 5 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 6x over 5 years. That's
exactly.
No, more than 6. I'm sorry.
800%, something like that, right?
Let's see. It was, it was at the 5 year mark, it was at 5,795. It's at 63 now. If you really thought it was going to go to 60, if you really thought it was going to go by a multiple of 10 like that, I would think you would want to have more than 5%, right?
Well, no, because because that's in your whole entire. If you think it's going to do just as well, and you got to remember, this is the average Joe. If you think it's going to do, they're telling you just to put 5 or 6% in because it's too risky. You're basically balancing risk versus reward. So if you're like me, and if you wanted me to just gunsling it, I would have, thank God IRAs don't allow options because I'd be in there trading them like, yeah, we could triple this thing.
Why is that? Is that because of the risk? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's too risky. So, luckily, like in my IRA, I can buy chunks of an ETF, or I can buy GLD gold. I can buy some BTC, Bitcoin, and just sit there and watch it and then put stop losses in as needed. Like last year, I had a large part of my IRA in Meta and CrowdStrike in SMH, which was NVIDIA and all those semiconductors. And I just kept upping my stop loss. It would go up 20%. I'd put one in 5% below. It's up 50%. I'm putting them in at 40%. And basically, it's just a smarter, more intelligent thing to do.
Can I say, I think we've solved Sam's connection issues. It looks much clearer now. I paused his upload.
Jesus
finally.
Christ.
So he's going to have to hang with me, Sam. Don't close it when we're done. But
yeah, looks
I think
good.
We figured it
I'm
out.
closing it right now.
He looks like a human.
How did you figure it out?
Just digging around.
How do I look?
You look crystal clear, Sam. Beautiful.
If I look so good, why don't you marry it?
It? You're an it now?
Yeah.
I'll marry it.
Okay, respect.
It's disgusting.
Respect, dude. You're disgusting.
You're not. I didn't say you're disgusting. I said gay marriage is disgusting.
Oh, come on, dude. Let him dance.
Marriage in general, really.
Yeah,
Did
marriage.
you see United Airlines somehow topped their?
I was just going to talk. That was the next thing coming out of my mouth.
Despite $200 million they took a $200 million hit from the Boeing grounding of those 737 Maxes, but still topped estimates with all this shit going on. How is that possible?
Yeah,
So
dude, because everything's a Ponzi scheme. Go on.
They're up 6% in after hours. Well, I mean, you know how it's possible. I mean, airline flights aren't cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're packing the shit out of them. So they got
every flight I'm on, I don't know about you guys, every damn flight I'm on is jam packed. Packed to the fucking gills.
I got to fly to Atlanta Thursday, and I'm not looking forward to it. It's just, I already bought my seat and everything, but still, flying's gotten tougher. Sam talks about it all the time. And when you pack these planes and you're still charging $400 or $500, whatever, I mean, at some point, and the airlines, you got to remember, the transportation industry in general had taken a beating. I mean, UAL, which is United Airlines, over the past 3 months, it hit 48, then it went down to 39. Now it's back up to 44 in after hours. I may be looking at Delta for a trade here. And I don't like to hold these things. I will never hold an airline stock.
It's not even close. Delta is the best airlines to fly. It's not even close.
I agree. And this thing looks like if Delta can bust up above $48, if it can close above 48, it's at 47.26, then I think this thing could definitely shoot through 50.
And it's interesting because did you see the pilots union was talking about they're seeing a significant spike in safety related issues. That's a story also today. They're talking about how during inspections they're finding just tools that guys have left in the wheel wells of the planes.
Jesus Christ.
They're seeing all kinds of maintenance shit when they're doing their pre-flight inspections. The pilots are really worried about the quality of the maintenance on these planes, which is it could be more of just what Sam's talking about, them trying to scare the shit out of us so we don't fly anymore. But
they haven't done a good job of it because the airports are packed. I mean, the airports are packed.
Yeah.
And every single flight is packed. It's probably
have you ever seen how quickly, like I used to never see this. Now, before I'm even off the plane, they have people on the plane cleaning it to turn it around. They're turning them around so fast. Now.
Yep.
Do you think that gives them enough time to properly inspect those planes to see if they're...
No, of course not.
No way.
I don't know, man. But, I mean, now you can see where they're making money. I mean, you can definitely see it right now because, I mean, United Airlines beat their earnings. That surprises the shit out of me.
And United sucks. United is garbage.
It's the fucking worst. I can't stand flying United.
The non-budget airlines, they are the worst. They're terrible. This is from the APA, the Allied Pilots Association. They say they've seen a significant spike in safety and maintenance-related problems in our operation. They claim that among the problematic trends they've been tracking are tools left in wheel wells. This is something that's happened multiple times. An increasing number of collisions between aircraft while they're being towed, an increasing number of items left in the safety area near jet bridges, and pressure to return aircraft to line service to maintain on-time performance. So they're pushing aircraft that aren't ready back into service to make their schedules, that's the worst thing you could imagine. I don't want to hear that.
No, I'm flying Thursday. That sucks.
No, I'm doing it all the time. Yeah, and I'm just like putting my head in the sand, I guess. But
I mean, what are you gonna do? They, people gotta. It's crazy. People are flying more to different places domestically than I've ever seen. I mean, the airports in New York are packed, all of them, 24/7. It's bizarre.
Dude, I told Sam this. I went to LAX for the eclipse, and it was a Sunday night at 10 o'clock at night. My flight was at 11:30, and it would have taken me 2 hours to get the last half mile to the airport. I had to get out of my car and walk 30 minutes to the terminal. My girl was dropping me off, or I would have been late. I would not have made the flight. I just had to get out and walk, like do a power walk for the last 30 minutes. I've never seen anything like it. It's LAX is terrible right now, and they got the metro coming into LAX. That's gonna ease some of the tension once they finish that construction.
Dude, listen to me. Listen, LAX is purposefully trying to make your experience full of anxiety. When you arrive at LAX after a flight, the way Johnny, I've threatened to run for mayor of LAX, and I might do it again. Okay, I might try to make a run. They have this stupid ass system where all the people getting picked up have to go into the inner ring. Then they have this the center ring, which is the center, and then they have this kind of outer ring that you walk to when you first come out of the airport. That's for I don't even know who, because they say it's for buses, yet you see a ton of buses in the inner ring. It's a complete fuck you over. It's pack everybody into this area so you can get full of anxiety and yell and scream, and then just wasted inner lane for a bus every once in a while. It is the craziest, dumbest shit I have ever seen in my life. They should have all buses out. Yeah. They should have all buses on the inner ring, and then people getting picked up in the inner ring. That's how it should be.
Well, it's become so bad that you have people getting picked up on both levels now because the traffic's so bad, and there should be nobody getting picked up on the departures level, but people are doing it now. And you have the busiest terminal, the international terminal, is at the bend in the circle, which is the worst place, the worst place it could be. So everybody just gets stuck at the international. I know this is nobody outside of LA is gonna give a shit about this, but they're just
a lot of airports like that. Miami's just like that. Miami's terrible. That's a shit airport. I mean,
Charlotte has become increasingly jam packed. It's Atlanta. Oh god, Chicago. I was just in Chicago.
Yeah, Atlanta's not bad though. At least you got the rail in Atlanta. You can get from point A to point B fairly quickly in Atlanta.
Yeah, Chicago's got that tram too. That helps a little bit having the rental cars off site, but.
Yeah, they just got to upgrade these places, man. And I don't know. But hey, people are flying because obviously United Airlines made a little money this quarter, so it's not stopping.
How much? Hey, so I also saw something today, Howie, that said Americans now think that they estimate that they need $1.5 million, $1.5 million to retire. What do you think about that number? Do you think do you think people are underestimating what they need to retire, overestimating it? Because people are living longer than ever now.
So 1.5 million. Let's say you're 60 and you want to retire on 1.5 million. The market on average does 7-8% a year, but somebody that old is going to be like, I don't want to risk my money in the market, and I don't blame them. So let's say they want to live the rest of their life fairly safely. You could take that 1.5 million, not touch it, invest it, and you can ladder in maybe a bond portfolio or treasuries and things like. Let's say you got 4% off that 1.5 million, 4%.
Okay.
And you never want to touch the principal. You're like, that's for my kids, whatever. You can probably invest that in bonds, in money market funds, and get $60,000 a year. That's 4% of 1.5 million, $60,000 a year for the rest of your life without touching the principal. That's not bad. I mean, and let's say you wanted to, take 30,000 a year. You could bump that up to 90, put 20% into equities, which is the stock market, and probably make 75, 80, 90,000 a year without having to worry about it. So 1.5 solid.
Well, you're talking about 1.5 million?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you take that to an investor, you go, hey, invest this 1.5.
Yeah, say I don't want to lose it. Look, the first thing the guy's going to say to you, CFP or anybody, they're going to look at you and say, okay, what are you going to need a year off of this? Because most people that have 1.5 million, they're probably going to have an IRA over here. They're going to have their 401k over here, maybe a pension from their job.
We're all fucked.
The planner's going to ask you, he's going to say, how much do you need a year to live on? And if you say 100,000 a year, I need 100 grand to live on. I'm 60 years old, I need 100. He's going to say, okay, we could probably do that, but we're going to have to put 20, 25, 30% of your portfolio in the stock market. That's for those years that the market, like last year, that you did 23 or 24%. That's going to offset your fixed income where you're getting 4 or 5% on over here. So, yeah, I think, if you're fairly frugal, you can retire nicely off 1.5.
Last thing I just want to talk about, I know Sam will love this. Have you seen how people are bitching about Caitlin Clark not getting paid, a livable wage? She's getting like $70,000 a year to start out. They said that her Prada outfit was $17,000, which is about 22% of her expected first year salary in Prada.
And she didn't pay for that. Prada gave that to her.
Of course.
And by the way, guys, I mean, like, if you, let's say, play for the New York Liberty, how do you live in New York and play in the WNBA on $70,000? How do you do it? And listen, man, and this is the craziest thing. The WNBA is thinking about expanding. You make no money.
They lose money. They lose money.
What are you talking about? Figure out how to make the teams you have productive. Okay. And my theory. The only company that can save the WNBA is OnlyFans. I mean, they got enough money to just dump into that. They need, dude, OnlyFans, if you go OnlyFans, we just need 20 mil a year. And
OnlyFans is doing comedy now.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, dude, it's so funny. It's just like, dude, if you ever want to think about, like, if we live in a simulation or not, okay? Like, the fact that OnlyFans is doing comedy, like they think guys are going to go and they're going, are you watching porn? No, I'm watching comedy. That's my dad's joke about his Playboys back in the 80s. It's like, no, I'm reading it for the articles. It's like, come on, dude. It's so stupid, dude. It's so dumb, and it's of course it's female comics and gay people trying to do comedy on there because it's just like, that's so fucking, like, huge advancements for women. No, it's not. Please shut the fuck up. It's dumb. Take the money, I get it, but you're just throwing your material into the void of nothing. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's going to go there to watch your comedy. It's just death. It's just that. Take that small amount of money.
I've never seen it. I just heard that.
Really wants to make money, wants to get their name out there. They want to go mainstream. Fund the WNBA. It's a win-win for both sides. It's a win-win for both sides.
Do you think that would help the only way that helps the WNBA though is OnlyFans giving them money? I'm just not sure what OnlyFans gets out of it unless the women in the WNBA start posing for.
Dude,
OnlyFans.
listen, I'm doing a joke about it now, but do you know how lazy I am? Like, if I can't find the remote to the television, I will watch what's ever on TV. And I literally watched the WNBA. I could not find the NBA draft. I watched the WNBA draft that was played in the closet of the Madison Square Garden. They got a closet and they played it. They're like, we sold this out, like you sold out the bathroom, right?
Yeah, they have a bunch of rooms there, right?
Right? And so I mean, dude, the first two picks, good looking. The second pick is a smoke show, dude. She's that fucking chick in that commercial we showed that looks like a dog fart advertisement where it's like one hot blonde and five black guys.
She was hot.
She's hot. She played for Stanford. She's coming to the... See, here's the thing about the WNBA. They're having a weird war now, okay? And this is the weird war. It is like they're actually getting chicks who like dick in, and now the old lesbians are angry. The old lesbians, because these hot heterosexual chicks are coming in and the carpet munchers are being pushed out. And they're like, why can't we get any of these advertisements? Because nobody wants to buy your carpet munching sneakers. That's why, okay? We want chicks who take dick down. So that's what we want, and we'll support them. And anyways, Howie, we got to go. What is your pick of the week?
Well, the Patreon guys know what we've done the last 2 days, and we got new stuff tomorrow. But I'm going to give everybody one right now. Buy UPS. Buy UPS at $143 or less. It was down 9% today. It's getting ready to bounce. I love it at this price. UPS, United Parcel Services.
Nice.
I like it.
All right, guys. Thank you. I am going to be in I'm going to be this weekend. I'm in Plano, Texas, and then the following weekend I'm in Eugene, Oregon, and then after that I forget where. Oh, I'm in Aurora and Wisconsin. 3 weeks in a row. Let's fucking go.
All right, we're out, guys. I forgot to do